turn-ons. What are some of the things that turn you on? Let's talk about women's turn-ons first.
Growl.
What is it?
Growl.
The growl. That's a good one. Men, can we have a growl? There we go. See how it works? What else turns you on, women? Presence. What is it? Presence, yes. The growl, the presence. What else? Foot massage. Yes. Touch, can I put that in the category of touch? Would women agree with touch? Yes. Foot massage, touch.
Mind sex.
Yes. Mind sex? In one of the conscious relating courses that we do, we talk about imagination and how much imagination is a turn on, how much imagination is a way that is an amazing way to connect when you're meeting somebody new as a possible date or a prospective partner. The mind part of it and the fantasy part of it can be incredibly orgasmic and turn us on. So the mind. What else turns you on, women?
Awareness.
Awareness. What's that mean?
Awareness that he's paying attention.
Presence. Okay, that he's there. Okay, so if I were to say it like this, because this is one of the things that I touched on this earlier when we were doing masculine and feminine and the trust and the sense of control. So this is a little edgy, but women, if we want to surrender and be able to totally trust, well, he has to be able to have some control over his environment. And you also happen to be in the environment. So if he's going to create a safe container, he's got to be able to impact that environment. And so we have to allow that, or there's no way that he can protect us. There's no way he can provide that safety. So it's a part of us learning to surrender our desire to control so that he can do that and we can have the surrender that we really want. Women, how many of you really want that surrender? Okay, give it a sound. Okay, even more. 1, 2, 3, even more. There's a melt, yes. Yes, awesome. Thank you. What else turns you on, women?
Confidence.
Confidence, yes. What else turns you on? Talking, yes. Any particular kind of talking? What do you like to hear?
What do I like to hear? I like to hear what's going to happen.
Okay, so what's going to happen? What else, other kinds of talking do people want, or women want to hear?
Sincere compliments.
Compliments, yes, that's a great one. Compliments are an incredibly aphrodisiac for most women. Hint, men. Nice. Yes, yes. What else turns you on?
Quick wit.
Quick wit, humor, yes. Fantastic. I love
Take charge.
wit, humor, take charge, yes. Okay, these are some of my favorite turn-ons. I can feel my juice going. Take charge. Strength. How does strength show up? How do you experience strength?
Strong abs.
Strong abs. Okay, there you go. How else do you experience strength?
There's a sense of knowing, a sense of that just ability to do, just as a competence maybe?
Yeah, sure. A competence and an inner strength. Cool. Besides the physical strength. And for some women, is physical strength the turn on too? Yeah? Okay. Like being picked up and moved on the bed or thrown on the bed? Yes? Who's in? Teach the Ben. Teach the Ben. Yes. Okay. Spiritual energy. Yes. Playful. Intellect's another one for me. I get turned on by intelligence. Okay. Women, you got any more that need to get up here? Because this is your chance to teach the men.
Like a good conversationalist too, someone who can have a conversation which involves listening and, it's not just somebody who wants to talk, but have a conversation.
Yes. One of the key needs is conversation. That need to converse and be connected on that level. Which, men, do you need conversation to get turned on? Anybody? Yeah. Not just no, hell no. Yeah, that's right. But on the other side, how many women conversation at least is a part of foreplay, if not part of the actual. Yes. And you're allowed to raise 2 hands if it's really important to you. What's that?
Is yes a conversation?
Is yes a conversation? Women, is yes a conversation? No. Good listener, yes. So part of that conversation. Tenderness. Charm. Anybody turned on by chivalry? What does that mean? My favorite example, one of my favorite turn-ons, is we're coming up to the street, and we're about to come up to where we're going to cross the street, and put a hand on the middle of my back so that I can feel you. And you're just, yeah, women, who knows what I'm talking about? Show them.
God, that's so hot.
Say it.
That's so hot.
Anybody else got a comment on that one?
Like, I have a comment.
Yeah.
I hand on my back, and I'm breathless. And he thinks it's funny, so.
She's breathless. It pauses us. So we've been talking about, and I said we're going to kind of skip around on these ingredients, but she just brought up an incredible point, is for women to turn us on, we have to be in our bodies. And we don't always inhabit our bodies. We're off taking care of this person and taking care of that and tracking this, and we know where this is, and we can find anything and do anything. But now you want to make love to us? And for us to feel you, we have to actually be here. So one of the pieces that comes out of, there's a variety of sacred sexuality genres, lineages around the world, but there's one that talks about the fact that for women, we want to bring the energy in to the center of the body. So if you're in foreplay with a woman, her energy's all out here, scattered all over, and you want her to feel, start coming in here. Women, how many of you get frustrated when they go right for the goods right away? Okay, it's coming in, and start to touch her hair. Okay, women, if you agree with me, make some sounds here so the guys know. Hair, come up the arms. Start with our feet. Somebody mentioned the foot massage as a turn on. Come up our legs. You start to draw the energy in, and then when you get to the goods, now we can feel you, and we want you there, which is a good thing, right? It's much better when we want you there. So now the other aspect of it is, men, you are very body-centered. For the most part, there's a lot of center in your body, and the sensation gets very centralized for many men. So now, women, your invitation for men is to invite them to help move their energy out so they get a fuller experience.
Start from the goods.
Start from the goods. Thank you very much. That's right. Yes. Although you don't want your goods, women, gone for right away, men, how many of you don't mind? How many of you prefer? Thank you.
Do an exercise.
Let's do an exercise. Yeah, that's for a way advanced class. Or not. But yes, these are the distinctions. And what I want to bring into the room is there's the differences here. And it's like, and I forget sometimes. I don't reach out because it's not what I want. But then I go, oh yeah. And he's like, oh, I love that. There I am. Okay. So let's talk about turn-ons for men. Yeah.
Say more about where you want to start with the man centralized and help him spread his energy out.
Yes. So there's an aspect of we have to come in as women to feel our full orgasm and our full potential. Men get to feel more when their energy gets to be more expansive. And this is where we start to go into the realms. And there's lots of ways that, again, as we get into more of the sacred sexuality and some of the deeper sexual practices, but inviting that orgasm to be much, much longer, inviting it to be much fuller, inviting it to be throughout the whole body and not just short and centralized in the genitals. So this is part of inviting the energy out for a man to where he's not feeling it, because he's more centered here. So the more it comes out, the more sensation the body gets to experience. Does that make sense? Okay.
I was just going to make one more thing
Yeah.
on there that hasn't been, sorry. I was just going to make one more thing on there that hasn't been mentioned and all, and that's like doing little sweet things like buying us flowers, writing us notes, calling us, and just leaving a message saying, I was just thinking of you.
Yes. Romance. The build up.
Romance.
Yes. So one of the
Totally.
things that we'll do in the inner circles is that I've got about 18, I believe, differences that are very specific differences between men and women sexually. And this is one of them. And it's that women are much more like crock pots and men are much more like microwaves. You get it? Yeah. Man, you want a good, juicy, wet woman at night? Start in the morning. Turn her on. Tell her you're looking forward to seeing her tonight. Text her during the day. Call her. Hey, I'm really looking forward to tonight. I'm really going to love just pleasuring you, whatever it is. And find the words. Many of the women said words are a turn on. There's a way, compliments are a turn on. Discover, this is the exploration of, because we're all unique. As Byron said earlier this morning, that each woman had her own flavor of what she was attracted to. So get to know your woman and what turns her on, and then use those words from your genuine place all day long. Because yes, you can be instant on. She's not. So we start to explore these variations, and so there's a couple of them that have started to come out here. And when you really become a master of yourself and of understanding what your partner needs, now you get to co-create something that is immensely powerful and magical, because you're not only empowered in yourself to express, but you're also empowered to recognize what he or she needs that really can take you both to a whole new level. And if one of you forgets, then you just have to ask, because you both know. Yes? Give it a sound.
Yes.
Woo! Okay, should we do men? All right. Right here, right now. Okay, men, what turns you on? Or, I'm sorry, yeah, men, what turns you on? I got the question right. Kisser. Nice.
I want to know how true that is for all men.
I love kissing.
Any particular qualities of kissing, men?
Surrender.
Thank you. I wasn't actually sure what the answer was going to be, but there was a consistent, soft, sensual, surrendered. Thank you.
Also a quality of receiving. There's a dance of giving or receiving. Just receive without trying to give back. It's
Yes.
a very
Yes. Yes.
exercise.
Yes. There's.
It's nice too.
Yes, oh, totally. It's the dance. So Paul brings it up. It's the dance of the kiss, back and forth. It's the masculine that's the giving, the penetrative. It's the feminine that's the receiving, and then moving back and forth. I love when I get to teach kissing. It is one of my favorite parts of sexuality, and it's that just, and I keep getting to deepen with it and realizing that as you get into exploring giving and receiving, and again, this becomes a huge part of separating the giving and receiving, not just when we're kissing, but when we're making love too. 69's great, but you gotta be a giver and a receiver simultaneously, and we often don't get the full experience because we're back and forth of what am I offering, what am I trying to get, what am I feeling? So this experience of giving and receiving, and then when it really gets good, is that you're actually receiving while you're giving. So a kiss recently for me was like, I was just totally giving, but all of a sudden I realized how much pleasure I was getting from the feel of his lips. How much pleasure, how much I was receiving while I was giving, and he was just allowing me to kiss him. And I had this wave of intense pleasure go through of my God, I'm feeling this on a totally different level. And so that's what's possible. And this idea of, well, how do I really separate it? Our mind has a tough time with it. But what I can tell you is as you learn the practices and the ways to get into that, it becomes phenomenally rich and juicy. So thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to write sensual up here because I just really like that came out so clearly. What else, men? What turns you on? What do you want women to know?
This man likes romance, too.
Romance. Awesome. What's romance look like for you?
Talk too sweetly.
Yeah.
Being enticed, being, teased.
Sexy talk and enticed?
Sweet talk.
Sweet talk?
What is sexy talk?
Give us an example.
What you would like from us, I like it when it turns me on, you make me wet when, those are all.
Okay. So the sexy. So women, they're asking for to know. Interesting. He just said he wants to know your desire. Knowing your desire turns him on. Yes, men. Okay, turn that one up so they really get it. Women, take it in. This is part of your job. We're partners in this. And this is what's amazing is that if we take our own roles, and this happens best when we do it together. Masturbation's great, but it's really amazing when we come together. But now set each other up for success. They're turned on by your desire. Please give it to them. Find it in you. We all need it, right?
And if you don't know as much ways that please you, masturbate to find out and then tell them.
Yes, this is good too. Or yes, masturbate, figure it out, or set up a play date where you're not after anything. You're just exploring. It's like, okay, try that. No, that's not feeling good. Okay, do it that way. A little lighter, a little practice. Just go on a journey of discovery until you learn your body and you learn each other's bodies. Ask the questions, be innocent and curious, and then take it into the raw sexual energy and go for it and have fun with it. Good? Okay, what else, men? Moans, sounds, responsiveness. Yes, so it's the expressing our desire.
Sharing your climax, which also means letting us know it's about to happen.
So I'm going to come back to responsiveness there. They want to hear you. They want to feel you. They want to know you. Men, how many of you love a woman's pleasure? They want us to feel good. This was so foreign to me. Whether it was just making me happy by doing something for me, or it was that they were really out for my pleasure. And the truth is, men are. And it blows me away, but every time we ask that, every hand goes up. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm in it for. Men, give it a sound, please. Yes. Women, how does it feel to be wanted, to have men want to please you, to pleasure you in that kind of way? To really feel that. What's it feel like? Sweet. Yeah. Yeah. It's so interesting as we watch, and there's a naturalness to this. Although women, I'm going to invite you out more. There is a way that a woman, there's much more of a melting, so it's a softer sound. It's not as much of a growl. It's not as much of that depth. And yet, women, I'm going to just entice you for the rest of the afternoon to bring a little bit more, because I think we hide some of our pleasure sometimes. I know I do. So just if there's more, I'm going to invite a little more out. What else?
A little aggressiveness.
Sure. So that part of the reversed masculine feminine, is that what you mean by?
Just kind of like, if she wants something, like, take it.
Okay. So going for it. No way. It's another level of going for your desire and diving in and really allowing it. How many women, do you ever cut off what feels good to you? It's like some part of you goes, oh, that would feel good, and then you go, no, I'm not going to say that. Who's done that? Yeah. So this is the part, again, of taking the risk and finding out what is it that makes us step back from the edge. So a couple more of these.
Naughty.
Naughty. What's naughty look like? So in some cases, lingerie, I know it works for some men, it doesn't for others, but lingerie can definitely be one thing. Men agree?
Yes.
Okay.
At the grocery store. But it's more of an attitude.
Yes.
Grocery store?
You could find out it's underneath at the grocery store. That would work. Or maybe that there's nothing underneath at the grocery store. Another option. Who would that work for anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. A couple more.
Random touching, like, just
Yeah.
a little rub on the arm or the shoulder
Awesome.
or whatever.
Random touches. Awesome.
Without even a word, just hello.
I'm here. I feel you. Yeah.
I think this connects to
Yes. Yes, there's an aspect of feminine sexuality. Again, we'll look at these deeper in where we have more time to do it all, or at least more. I'm like, yeah, I can't even do it all there either, but obviously I have a lot of passion around this stuff. I want you guys to have this possibility. But the aspect of feminine sexuality that is the temptress, that is that one that steps into, and she's got the sexiness, and she's got the play, and she's in, and she's teasing, and she's tempting, and she's desiring, and she's desirous. Provocative, yes. That temptress energy. And again, I could feel it in me, but I was disconnected from it. And it's not something that we're taught. We're not taught this. So how do I reconnect? So part of the body movement is starting to reconnect with that temptress energy. She's sexy. Our mother energy is phenomenal. Our nurturing energy. Men, do you also enjoy the nurturing energy of a woman? Yes, but some women get disconnected, and it's really safe to be in the mother energy. This was me. I could be nurturing and loving, but I was really disconnected from the temptress. And where we start to get back into our wholeness is where we integrate those.